I see many of guys in a pack go down because guys don't know how to ride in a pack. When you're riding fucking 90, 100 mile an hour, and there's 15 of us, 20 of us, and you're riding fucking a foot and a half off the back fucking tire. All it takes is one guy in the middle of the pack to fucking lose it in a corner, and we're all going. This is Jeremy, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Jeremy.
I don't see it getting any better. I see it getting worse over time, but hopefully, some of the guys start getting a grasp on it and start teaching these youngsters coming up of how it should be and how to stand on their own 2 feet. But I don't see it happening. I see some of these kids and see, there's some guys, 21, 22 years old that are just starting to come around the club atmosphere, and they're in awe because they've never seen it before. Well, if you're just coming around, there's no way in hell you should jump into being a 1%er. You need to start out somewhere else and figure out if you want to do this. But they don't. They just jump automatically in, and all of a sudden, because they're their friend or they know somebody, and they start hanging them around and making them an official hang around. Next thing you know, they're prospecting. Before you know it, they got a patch. And I'm going, you've never been in a club. You've never seen this. And half of them, I usually tell them, dude, can you even ride? Do you know how to, can you ride fucking 700 miles today? Because it ain't no joke. You take off on the fucking motorcycle and you're going to ride 700 or 1,000 miles in one day. Yeah, you better be able to ride. Because you are going to be beat up before you get there. And tired.
Especially if you're a prospect. You got to run
they
around,
know bullshit.
do all this stuff.
Exactly. And that's why I try to tell the guys, I'm going, you guys think because we ride around here and go to this bar, or we're going to go over here and it's 15 minutes away? It's a huge difference from riding fucking 14 fucking hours straight.
That's what another question I have for you is, what about accidents? When you guys were out on the road, have you seen a lot of accidents?
Seen a shitload of accidents.
Can you walk me through a couple?
We've seen a lot of them. Accidents that I've seen is sometimes not at fault of the bike. You got to understand there's people around that don't pay attention, and I've had guys that going down the highway and it's next city, and all of a sudden they have a stoplight, but the guy coming the other way doesn't. And we had a good member of ours that got killed one night going home, and basically the girl just ran the red light. She wasn't drunk or anything. She just wasn't paying attention, and he met her right in the middle of the intersection, and she T-boned him, and it was over. I see many of guys in a pack go down because guys don't know how to ride in a pack. When you're riding fucking 90, 100 mile an hour, and there's 15 of us, 20 of us, and you're riding fucking a foot and a half off the back fucking tire. All it takes is one guy in the middle of the pack to fucking lose it in a corner, and we're all going because you can't react to it. And I've seen many of that happen. And that's why I told
everyone
guys
starts launching off the bike.
Yep, exactly. At that point, you're laying them down and you're fucking tumbling, and all the bikes are torn up, and it's just when you're gonna ride in a club, you have to understand how to ride. I used to put guys in the back. They couldn't ride. They couldn't hold a line. They're all over the place. I just send them to the fucking back. Go to the back. Back there, give yourself fucking 3-4 car lengths because you're going to fucking kill somebody. You have to, pay attention to what you're doing. And it's stressful, especially if you're new to it. I rode in the pack with Pee Wee, so long that it's like night and day difference to lean over and just touch Pee Wee while we're riding.
Yeah, you get used to them. People was telling me you get used to the people you ride with.
Oh yeah, I would know how they would react. We rode so many miles together that I would know, hey, this brother's going to ride this way, this one's going to ride this way, and you'd know how to do it. But the only way you can do that is put the miles in. Well, you're not going to put the miles in going from one bar to the next. No, it's the 1,000-mile trips, the fucking 2,000-mile trips. Now you learn how that brother reacts, how he brakes, how hard he pushes it through the corner. You figure that out, but you have to put the time in to do it. I've been riding. I was riding for almost 30 years. And I was taught to ride side by side. Nowadays some of these guys ride staggered and all this. I'm going, yeah, I never rode that way. I rode side by side, and you ride in your spot. But
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
young guys, I don't know if they don't understand that it's tough to do. It's not easy, you
No.
know, and you know you get fatigued, you get tired, and like I told him, dude, if you know we're leaving to go out of town the next morning, don't party all night. Take your ass to bed because we're gonna have a long ass day. But you know, so I'm, oh man, I'll be fine. It's gonna be good. Shh, you ain't gonna be fine. It ain't gonna be good. You know, and all it takes is that little bit of you not paying attention, catch a pothole, catch a fucking something on the road with a fucking retread, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, Pee Wee was telling a story about there was a piece of a tire in the road.
Yeah. Kicked it up and fucking it was on. Oh yeah.
Wild. Yeah, woman hit the tire.
Yes.
Woman was on the back.
On the back.
She got killed.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Were you
Brutally killed.
there? Were you there?
I was not there. I was there afterwards. Yeah, they were coming back into town.
That's a sad situation.
Very sad situation. That's why like for me, I never rode anybody on my motorcycle 30 years. Nobody was ever on the back of my bike. I always rode a solo seat, never had anybody on my bike. For that reason, because at that point you have somebody else's life in your control.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the same thing people always told me. Hey, brother, if you can keep from it, don't ever have anybody with you. You know, and he goes, not only that, sometimes they cause the accident. They lean the wrong way. They do this, whatever happens. He goes, but yeah. So I've never done it. I've never had anybody, my old lady, chicks from the bar, nothing ever rode with me.
Got to keep
And
it like that.
I can't tell you a funny story when I was prospecting though.
Yeah.
This is a funny ass story. We had a member tells us, hey, my old lady's drunk and she was wasted, brother. We're talking wasted. Like she couldn't stand up. We had to carry her to the bike. Put her on the bike, get her, strap her down, whatever you got to do. I'm going home. So fuck it. I just went to the fucking saddlebags, got the fucking bungee cords, grabbed the fucking ratchet strap, and I just strapped her to the fucking sissy bar. Just ratchet strap that motherfucker tight as fuck. And he comes out of the bar and she's all fucking bundled up, fucking bungee corded and ratchet strapped to the motorcycle. I said, there you go, brother. We'll follow you to the house and we'll unstrap your old lady and we'll, whatever. And he did. He got on the bike and took off. We followed him home, unstrapped her, we unratchet strapped her and fucking got her in the house and fucking we all took off and left. He was that little out of control.
That's funny, man.
But what are you gonna do? She was completely wasted. She couldn't sit on the bike. So fuck it, make it so she can't get off the bike. Because going down the road, she's gonna fall off this thing.
Oh my god.
But when you're prospecting, what choice you have? He says get her on the bike and make sure she don't fall off. Okay. I got you. I'll handle this.
So what advice would you have for someone who's thinking about joining one of these clubs?
Don't even think about it. 25 years ago, I tried to tell him it was the greatest thing ever. And it's awesome. Freedom, brotherhood, all that. But now, I would steer away from it as far as you can. I'm not telling you don't be friends, don't know people and say hello, whatever. But unless you're planning on your life not being the same anymore, or you thinking it's going to be different, it's not. There is absolutely nothing great about it anymore. There is no brotherhood.
And what advice would you have for someone that's in the club?
Watch your back, protect yourself, make your circle as small as you possibly can because it falls in the same category. How many clubs have been infiltrated from law enforcement? So just because you know that brother or whatever, but you don't know he hasn't fucking rolled. You don't know if he didn't get popped with something. I know many guys that still had their patch and all that, and find out a year later that they had charges going, so they've been working with the cops.
They're probably wearing a wire the whole time.
The whole time. That's exactly what happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you end up with. So my advice to him would be, watch yourself, really know who your brother really is. Don't trust all these chapters that you don't know these guys just because they have the same patch as you. And they're 6 cities over. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what's going on in their town. And that's the problem because you got guys, how many different states? You don't know what's going on in a different state. So if you're gonna be with those brothers, make sure you know who you're with and what's going on.
I'm definitely gonna have you on again, man. We'll get into it
Yeah.
some more. There's tons of things to talk
Oh,
about.
there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, I'll have you on with Pee Wee and maybe Rod.
Yes.
And
There we go.
yeah, we'll have a good one.
Yeah, we'll have a good one.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Hey, appreciate you, brother. Everybody be safe. I hope everybody out there has a blessed day, and you enjoy yourself, my man. If I can do something for you, let me know.
If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad. Start your own podcast. Peace. Thanks, man.